is now getting a TV series on Netflix. I'm talking about Seven. Seven is coming to Netflix, everybody, which I think is like, I'm like, yeah, what's in the box? What's in the box? Apparently,
John Doe has the upper hand now.
This is happening. David Fincher's coming back to their thing because Fincher's been working on Netflix for a while, but Netflix and him are working hand in hand on this and do a series based off of this franchise. Well, this movie. They're gonna branch and do a whole series about this. Seven came out in 1995. You got Brad Pitt in there. You got, I mean, Brad Pitt was so fucking good in there. Of course, you got Kevin Spacey in there too. Kevin Spacey was great in this too as the actual serial killer, not serial raper.
One of his best roles ever.
I mean, he was can be so talented and good. A piece of shit. Two things can be true.
This movie made $327.5 million.
Or you could be Meghan Markle and not be talented and also be a piece of shit. So welcome for that.
Duality.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, Brad Pitt played David Mills, who was a young, arrogant detective. You had Morgan Freeman in this, ready to hire a veteran. And then Kevin Spacey, of course, was the killer. But David Fincher is going to work hand in hand. They're going to make a series based off this. There's not much news about this yet, as opposed to it's just happening. It's happening. So, early developments. Seven, the series. Rachel, are you excited about this? Do you want to see this happen, or should they have left Seven back in 1995?
So fucking unnecessary. That was a wonderful standalone film. Did not need anything else. That was it. Like, what are you gonna do? Make a Fight Club series? Like, it doesn't fucking need it. Just let it be.
Right? I mean, the acting was great in it, right? David Fincher's direction was awesome in it.
I have no criticism for the film. Wonderful film. Very entertaining. Had lots of great twists and turns, and it kept you enthralled in it. It does not need to be a TV show.
Phenomenal acting. Overall, Fincher is one of Fincher's best, I think, honestly. And it's so good. It just, everything across the board is so good. But, I mean, Fincher's involved, though, so I think maybe it'll be okay, and maybe it'll play off of, like, you know, some kind of, like, serial killer drama type thing, like maybe kind of fall in the NCIS a little bit realm, but like with a continuation vibe to it.
Procedurals. We don't need any more fucking procedurals. I'm up to my eyeballs.
Netflix does apparently. Netflix does. They're looking for properties, looking for good money, and they got Odie Fincher on the
Law and Order spinoff. Then, like, get Dick Wolf involved.
I'm like, what's the point of this? Sabrina, do you want to see this at all? Do you want to see Fincher do a series based off Seven?
It's oh fuck. No. Because I studied film in college, and David Fincher was my favorite director at the time. My senior thesis was on Fight Club. I wrote a 22-page paper on Fight Club, and reference the similarities in Seven and Panic Room, and like basically Fincher's style of directing and Fincher's style of editing, not just directing, like what you see on the screen, which is
it all goes hand in hand.
A lot of directors are not 100% into that. Like, especially in the sitcom world, they have zero say over what happens in those takes. They just show up and do their thing. So it's one of my top 5 favorite films of all time. Seven is, and Kevin Spacey, the fact that they kept it hidden, that it was him, the way that it came out, the 7 deadly fucking sins. Brad Pitt was fucking epic. Morgan Freeman was epic. Like, the dialogue, like when he came in with his hands up and his bloody fucking fingers and said, you know, I'm turning myself in. And then Mills tries to turn around on him when they were in the car. And he's like, what the fuck did you have on me? Oh, I remember being in your apartment. He's like, yeah, well, you didn't have shit until I walked into your fucking police station with my fucking hands up. Like, it was just so fucking epic. He had her head brought out to the I cannot think of a better movie.
Good.
Might be my favorite movie of all time. It's so fucking great. And I hate Gwyneth Paltrow, and I'm sad she was a part of it, but fuck her. She's in it and she dies. Her head's in the box. Surprise, surprise. Spoiler alert. It's just one. I don't.
For 20 years
why would
20 years ago, right? Yeah.
Why would you fuck with perfection? I don't understand. I also don't understand how you can actually do this. Because is it a one-off? Like, is it a copycat killer that is doing because it's called Seven, and it's called Seven because
Yep.
it's 7 deadly sins. So is it
Yep.
a copycat killer that is coming in and doing the same type of thing, and maybe they can get Brad Pitt and or Morgan Freeman to come in and help a younger detective solve the case, and then once we're invested, they go on to another crime? That's literally the only scenario I can see it working.
I'd be down if they both came back.
I mean, I mean, it's David Fincher, so I'm in. I'm very skeptical and I don't like it, but I'm in. I will watch it.
What if they came back? It is a new crime. It's a whole thing, but it's them together working together doing like maybe a limited series.
You can't call it Seven unless it's 7 deadly. Like it has to be a copycat.
It could be like you were saying. It could be a copycat. It could be a copycat. You know or maybe this will be Kevin Spacey's first job back.
7 crimes. That's 7. Like that. The fucking. I mean, I don't know. If it's a copycat situation, they bring them in on consult, and
he died. Kevin Spacey died in this, right?
No.
He didn't die, right? No.
Oh yeah, he did. He shot him in the fucking head. Yes, he did.
I thought he died.
He did.
So you can't bring him back.
Morgan begged him not to kill him, but he did.
Yep, he still did. That's right. And then he went to jail.
It's because he said she begged for her life and the life for the baby inside her. Oh, he didn't know, and then he fucking shot him in the head. So I'm guessing by now Brad Pitt's out of jail. Morgan Freeman's retired. Maybe they come together and try to help the new detectives figure out this copycat killer. Like I might be okay with that. But if it's some weird, not parallel situation, like, nah. Did you warm spray me? Did you just literally warm spray me?
The concept, not you.
Wow, I mean, I kind of love that. Actually, I love what you just did. I'm ganging it up right now. Cheers to you.
Fincher is he has everything planned. Like he knows exactly how it's supposed to look, and when he's shooting something, he knows exactly every frame. I worked on Mank. I don't know if I've talked about that show before. But like on Mank, like with Gary Oldman, like the camera guys would literally like on their monitor, they would draw around images with a Sharpie on their monitor or a dry erase marker. And they draw around things when they actually panned over to something or set a shot, it would fill exactly the right frame that he would want. And if they didn't, he would know. He'd be like, that's not the right frame. Like he knows exactly everything, every frame, every image, every shot, what it's supposed to look like. It's insane. It's insane. The man has it all in his mind.
I would like to sadly say that his early films are better than his later films. I'm sorry, David Fincher. I do love you, but Seven and Fight Club are like literally like cinematic masterpieces as far as I'm concerned. And even Panic Room, which is not something that people are like super jazzed about. If you look at it, like from a film study standpoint and the shots of everything that happens, the way that he travels through the safe, through the floorboards, through, it's fucking genius. And I feel like he went a little bit mainstream. You mean Gary Oldman's ex-wife?
No, Fincher's wife.
But weren't they married to the same person?
Oh, they were at one point. Yes, they were, and then they're divorced. That's a whole.
Oh, they're both divorced from her.
Yes.
Oh, I thought that. Okay, never mind.
No, they're both divorced from her.
He
married her
fact,
afterwards.
Fun fact.
He married her. Yeah, I'm like that must be some weird stuff because Gary Oldman was like raising one of his kids for a little bit, which is weird too.
So weird.
It's an odd relationship, but they worked together and they were fine. They had moments, everybody has moments.
I think he's one of the most talented directors of my film watching generation.
And that could be true. But do we think that he would sell out and make a crappy version of his own property for Netflix?
No.
I hope not.
No.
I hope not.
No, I don't think he would sell out at all. I really don't. Yeah. I really don't, honestly. Because Brian worked on Mank, and he was so specific about like what he was just describing. I don't think they were sharing he would ever sell out his vision. Honestly, like I think that is super. And people have said, like,
is he directing it or is he just consulting?
Yes,
on it?
He is directing.
Directing.
Okay.
Yep. Directing it. Yep.
So I don't. I still think it's a bad idea.
I don't want it, but I'm gonna watch it. I don't want it, but I'm gonna watch it. And I hope it's what I said or something even better than what I said.
Sabrina is super harsh on shows, so if she says it's good, I'll watch it.